This is Mont Rocher Malbec from the Pays d'Oc in France.
That's right, Malbec, the nation's favourite red wine at the moment, and you'd be forgiven for thinking it was out of place anywhere other than Argentina. But France is actually the home of this popular grape variety. It's from Bordeaux originally, blended with Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc to make those famous clarets. It's fallen out of favour in Bordeaux nowadays, but still pops up in the more southern region called Cahors.
Okay, so if I'm a fan of Argentinian Malbec, is Cahors worth looking out for?
Cahors Malbec is actually pretty different. It's not that far from Bordeaux, which is a cooler region than you think for being so south. Thanks to weather brought in from the Atlantic Ocean, this makes the Malbec less fruity and more astringent as it needs the heat to mellow out. For an experience of Malbec you're perhaps more used to, we've picked this wine, grown all the way down right on the border of France and Spain, not far from Med.
Okay, so it's the heat down in those southern parts of France that create the flavours of Malbec that we love.
That's right, Malbec becomes dark and juicy in the summer sun, but what's most important is the thick skin that it has to protect itself from the heat. Instead of creating bitter tannins, these actually soften in the heat, making Malbec big and powerful, but also super velvety and smooth. That's what makes Malbec so great.
I mean, the Argentinian Malbec often do have a bit of oak in them, right? Sometimes French and American oak, and for really long periods of time, but that's not what we've got here.
No oak on this wine. Argentinian Malbec has developed thicker and thicker skins in South American climate, which means there is a hint of bitterness that can be smoothed out with some oak aging. They're also powerful enough to take on that big vanilla bomb you get from adding American oak. We can think of this French version as a little more subtle, a midweek Malbec that gives you all of the flavour, but you don't need to have it with a 16-ounce T-bone like some of those big RG numbers.
So what am I enjoying this with then?
A great barbecue wine for sure, also goes really well with strong cheeses.
Oof, sold.
Cheers.